In a world that often feels just completely overwhelmed by problems, what if I told you the solutions are already out there? Today, we're diving into this really remarkable book by Kizzi Nkwocha that argues we actually have a tangible blueprint for creating a better world. So the book kicks off with this powerful idea from John Muir, and it's the perfect way to start because it's a reminder that all of our biggest challenges, poverty, climate change, you name it, they're all deeply connected. And hey, if the problems are connected, then maybe, just maybe, the solutions are too. So what was the spark for this whole journey? Well, it starts back in 2019, a moment when a global crisis brought this very real sense of despair and powerlessness to pretty much the entire planet. Right. The COVID-19 pandemic, it wasn't just a health crisis, was it? It basically ripped the cover off all these fractures that were already there. It blew up inequality, conflict, and hunger, forcing this one huge question on the author, Kizzi Nkwocha. How did we even get here? And more importantly, how do we get out? And that question, it launched an absolutely epic 5-year journey. The mission wasn't just to document what was broken. No, it was to find out how to actually fix it. And the scale of this project was just immense. We're talking 5 full years of dedicated research, traveling to all 7 continents and sitting down with over 1,000 experts, professionals, academics, specialists from literally every walk of life. And this right here, this was the fundamental shift in his whole approach. The author asked every single expert 2 questions. First, what's the problem? But then, and this is the crucial part, he asked if we could do anything to solve it, what should we do? That second question, that was the real game changer. So to find solutions, you first have to really understand the problem. So let's start with a big one. Global poverty and the deep systemic roots of economic disparity. You see, inequality isn't some accident. It's a system, and it's a system built on things like the historical legacies of colonialism, political structures that, let's be honest, serve a tiny elite, and economic models designed to concentrate wealth at the top. It's a cycle that just keeps going, reinforced by unequal access to the basics, like education and healthcare. Okay, so how in the world do you tackle a problem that big? Well, one bold systemic solution that's been gaining a lot of traction is something called universal basic income. The concept itself is pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You provide every single citizen with a regular, unconditional payment. The whole point is to create this fundamental floor of financial security, a safety net that empowers people to take risks, maybe invest in their education, or just live with a bit more dignity. And hey, this isn't just some theory. Pilot programs all over the world have shown some incredible results. In Finland, it boosted mental well-being. Alaska has used a similar model for decades to slash poverty rates. And in places like India and Ontario, it improved, everything from economic activity to people's health. But look, solutions don't just come from the top down. Some of the most powerful change actually starts at the grassroots level, with ordinary people doing some truly extraordinary things. And this just illustrates the point brilliantly. This quote from the Dalai Lama, which is featured in the book, is the perfect reminder that even the smallest actions can have a massive, massive impact. For example, take the Barefoot College in India. This place is amazing. It trains rural women, many of whom have very little formal education, to become solar engineers. Then they go back and bring clean, renewable energy to their own villages, completely transforming their communities from the inside out. This is what that power looks like in action. From climate strikes to social justice movements, when people come together, they create this unstoppable momentum for change. It's happening everywhere. So as we start to pull all these threads together, the big policies from the top and the local actions from the bottom, a really clear and hopeful picture starts to emerge. Here's the most crucial point of all. We are not powerless. The solutions are already out there. From bold ideas like UBI to incredible grassroots initiatives like the Barefoot College, we have a diverse, actionable blueprint to build a better world. And that brings us right back to where we started, leaving us with this one final, really profound question. If the problems and the solutions are all hitched together, the real challenge is connecting with each other to be part of the solution. So, what role will you play?